it's time to transition and also unmute the microphone, because a muted mic is a non-working microphone. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're having a beautiful Sunday. It is a rainy Sunday, which for me is a beautiful Sunday. I actually love the rain. If it was up to me, every day would be an overcast, rainy day. So yes, I'm weird. I know I don't line up with what a lot of other people like, but I also make content for Star Trek Fleet Command. So I guess it all kind of works out in the end. I guess it all kind of balances out. Welcome in, Major Sam. Good to see you. A lot of the newer servers coming through lately. A lot of the original servers, Sapphire. Good to see you over at Amsterdam. This is our European time-friendly stream because y'all requested it, so we give it. Also, Americans, y'all stop being lazy. Y'all can be here too. You dang lazy Americans. All of you are lazy. All of you are lazy. 83 newbies. Good to see you. Yeah. For those that don't know, brand new servers just launched. Server 83 is now active. Brand new server. Server 83 is now active. So if you want to restart your game, you want a fresh look, maybe you just want another account, but you want to experience what it is like to start the game over, well, now you have that opportunity. Also, Corey, day shift friendly time. Hey, we love to hear that, Corey. Good to see you, buddy. But yeah, server 83 now ready for you. So I'm going to swap this. We're going to start our Swarm Sunday here on the stream, which should go fantastic. It means I want to get stream sniped, but that's just the pipe we have to pay, right? Canada, shout out Major Canada. That's your name now, Major Canada. We're still in bed. What? It's 12:30. Even on the West Coast, it's 10:30. Why are you in bed? Also, green screen. Please cover the entirety of the back. Yeah. Do we get Lower Decks Part 2? We'll just have to wait and see, won't we? Y'all know I can't tell y'all how long arcs last or what the next month is. I can't tell y'all. I've never been able to. Yeah, Major Canada. You got to rep that maple leaf. Good afternoon, Server 162. Good afternoon. Evening, Angus. See, Angus is one of our European friends. Shout out to 139. Yeah. Did you clean the room? Yes. The room is, I would say, 65% clean from yesterday. It's enough for me to have the green screen back up and everything. And most of the presents have been moved into pack-up boxes to go to the new house. And there's still some trash that has to get thrown away. What's up, News? Tampa, Florida here. Time has no bearing on sleep time. Well, I wish I could live my life like that. Server 34, shout out. 181. Server 30. Good to see all y'all in here. Today's episode is going to be getting another round of feedback where we're focusing on this new arc, Lower Decks, getting y'all's thoughts on what you thought. You know, good, bad, ugly. We try to keep it even here. It's not perfect. And I'm preparing for my breakdown video that will probably release tomorrow since the arc has wrapped up. And we got a busy week ahead of us. Busy week. Can you shorten Epic Armada chest from 7-day cooldown to 1-day cooldown? I can't do that. I have no power. I'm not a game developer. I have no ability to do that. But it would be great if the epics didn't last so long. But sad to say, I am not a developer, so I can't give you what you're asking for. If I could, I don't know if I would, but I probably would. Yeah, I probably would. You love the Borg SLB SMS event? Yeah, the Borg Exodus event's been a great event. I thought it was a great addition. Obviously, Red Alarm was really big for a lot of people. The ticket events were a little less rewarding in terms of, you know, materials and stuff, but they were more rewarding in epic shards. I think everybody by the end of this arc has had a good shot to unlock all three. If you didn't get all three yet, you will get all three eventually if you're level 35 plus because of the Cerritos refinery. But payouts were definitely pretty high for officers this month. This month was a very high officer payout. Now, whether that's a good or bad strategy, y'all can kind of decide on that. But yeah, I still got to make my Badgie video. I've got to make my Mariner video. Mariner I'll have probably this week. But I've got Badgie. I've got Boimler. I've got Badgie halfway to tier 2. Haven't done the ticket events recently because of work and war. Well, the good thing is you can save those tickets. And you can always run them back. You can save those tickets and then run them back. You know, I didn't do any tickets yesterday just because I was doing other stuff. And now I can run them today if I want. going for these. Honestly, haven't been, because even though I need the uncommon, I'm going to get Mariner through an event. So I haven't been running these, and the Tritanium and the Dilithium is tempting, mainly because of the materials. But yeah, I'm holding off, but just because I'm good on the actual officers. You're doing Badgie and Mariner testing right now? Oh, great. What are you testing for, James, just to see how they impact your game? Mariner's going to be one that's the easiest to spot because of the flat damage boost. It's not going to be tremendously high, but it is going to be easy to, you know, easier to apply hers than Badgie and Boimler. Not that Badgie and Boimler are not useful. They absolutely are, but you're going to find some easier says than dones there. You do the gas one because you needed it? Yeah, it's fine. I mean, you get enough to do one ticket event every weekend for free. And then you pay to do the others, or you save up to do mass ticket events. So, yeah, it makes total sense. Total sense. You won the lower deck Riker. I hate the Armadas, but had to go all for the Riker Avatar. See, I can't do that. I mean, I guess I could, but like there's too much competition on my server, so sadly I'm missing out. But yeah, it's there's some great runs. And I'm assuming everybody did their cosmic cleanup yesterday. Everybody did their cosmic cleanup. Using a tier 9 boards with 300% crew, so dropping last officer for Mariner or Badgie. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Oh man, I haven't received a free event ticket in weeks. Did Scopely take them away? Nope, they're in your battle pass. They were in your battle pass. So if we open up our battle pass, you should see your tickets in even milestones. So like you got 30 here in milestone 8. Your battle pass paid out all the free tickets you needed. Here's 30 more in milestone 12. So that was 6 free battle pass runs, or 6 events. So what they didn't this month, they didn't hand them out in the gift chest. They just put all of them in the battle pass. Yep. Swarm event really needs an update. Yo, dude, we've been asking for that for a long time. It was promised over a year ago. But we're at where we're at. Now I will say I am watching this Mariner leaderboard very closely, because if y'all didn't notice, what's Rev got in his old shipyard over here? What's old Rev got in his shipyard? Do you see it? Do you see it? Finally, a new faction ship. We'll have a video out on this sometime this week. Tomorrow we've got tomorrow, just to give you a kind of a rundown on this week's videos. Tomorrow I'm doing a video on grading the Ark. Tuesday, we have a new monthly series that we're starting called Player Highlights. Tuesday, I'll be highlighting a player at level 20 who went tri-faction lock and showing off some of their information. Wednesday, we have 2 streams. I might have a video out. We'll see if I have a YouTube video, but you will have a YouTube stream and a Twitch stream Wednesday. Thursday is probably the Valdor video, as well as the Voyager Smash or Pass video. So excited about that one. And then we'll have content Friday. So there's some basic run through of what we've got coming up here in the near future. Oh, let's see. Responding to a question on Discord real quick. All right. You're level 28 and haven't locked a faction yet? Mike, you need to get on that. Mike, have you not done dual faction lock or something yet? I mean, truly, you don't have to have it done by level 28. That's not a requirement, but it certainly helps. It certainly helps. Ooh, look, a big miner. Kelsey coming in with their Meridian. Docked. I'm I'm level 26 Klingon Fed, save faction credits for DPS faction ships, or get mining ships first. Well, you're level 26, so the only mining ship you can get is the Horizon. I mean, you definitely want to get a 28 ship, whichever one you choose. Please have Salamander, Paris, Janeway, and the Smash Pass video. Well, I don't set up the Smash. So I've got Anicius. She is the editor for that video series, and she sets them up, and I blindly see them. So the reactions you see when I do the Smash or Pass videos, that's just me seeing it for the first time and then recollecting, oh, this was in this episode, or this character does this. So I'll let her determine everything that's in it, and that way you're getting a real fresh response. How to use the broken rod from Treasury for the Battle Pass. You have to get 4,000 of them before you can turn them in. So when you're close to 4,000, you'll have the ability to flip that on over. What's up, Kramer? How you doing? Any reason to camp at 28, or where should I camp next? Hit 28 too soon and fix a lot of it. Yeah, I mean, there's soft camping. I don't know if you've seen that video, but I talk about soft camping, basically 29, 31, 33 to work your way up to 35. There's no reason to necessarily live there forever unless you just want to stay kind of a lower level player. Nice, don't you? I missed a day. I missed a day on my Battle Pass overflow. So now I get that wonderful, should I just spend the money to finish unlocking it? And honestly, that means I'll be spending $20 for an avatar, because that's really the only reason to do it for me, is the avatar. I apparently missed a day. Yeah, it's rip-a-doodle dandy. I didn't realize I did that, but it's been a really busy month for me. Really busy month for me. So yeah, it's bah. You don't think it's worth it? Dude, I usually talk so much trash about avatars, but I'm over here debating it legitimately. Legitimately debating it. So I'm probably not going to, just because it's 20 bucks and I can use that 20 bucks for, or something on the new house or something like that. But yeah. There we go. Transition. So I'll stop cutting off my daggum hand. All right, what else we got here in the chat menu? By the way, I'm still wanting, remember, pass along all your feedback, because I haven't made my video yet, but I'm going to do a video about grading the Ark, and I want to grade Lower Decks. And I want to get everybody's opinion on what y'all thought. I want to get everybody's opinion on what y'all thought. Best Ark? Wow, I love that we got Best Ark, and then Lee says 3 thumbs down. I love the Ark. I thought the content was great. Thought the features are great. I thought the story was great. One of the first times I've ever over here like, yo, the missions are freaking amazing. The events were hit or miss. I had some events that were great. I love the Borg Extras event. I loved Red Alarm. Ticket events were kind of okay. You know, so it's a mix. Artwork was great. Azers says first arc with a good story. Corey loves the officers. Looking forward to the next arc. Ticket events really suck this arc. Yeah, I agree with that. You got the whale avatar. I can't use it because I don't spend enough to not lie. Use it. I mean, I have him. There's Lieutenant Matt right there. Arc is good. Events are 50-50. Yeah, see, I'm feeling that too. I'm feeling that too. It made me watch the show. Love it. Hey, dude, I'm glad that it got you into watching Lower Decks. I had a few people message me that. And honestly, that's a huge win. That's a huge win. This is a lid on Lower Decks. No Arc event store. Okay, so to explain Arc event stores. One, I'm not saying that it's the lid on Lower Decks, but I am going to say that event stores only happen with a minimum 3-month arc. You will not see an event store pop up shorter. Now, we can argue that we need more event stores. 100% agree. But you're not going to see a patterned event store unless we start having a lot of months that stick to one theme. And that's how we get the big event stores. Kramer says it was good, but some technical issues. Isn't that the theme for Star Trek Fleet Command always? Just like this game always has technical issues. Tombworld says never been closer to walking away from this game than this arc. Tombworld, I'm curious, you know, what's got you frustrated from this arc that makes you want to do that? Because, you know, chat, and this has been a polarizing arc. As we can see in chat, there are just tons of people who absolutely love the arc. And then there were some who just simply didn't. And I'm curious the reasons. Blow my nose? Dude, that won't help, Charles. So you just have to live with it, dude. This is called Louisiana in springtime, where allergy season kicks in and nobody's able to breathe for about 4 months. So, you like the new ship? Use it mostly for when we run epic armadas. I've enjoyed my Cerritos, and I've used it in territory battles. I have not personally used it in armadas, but we've used them in armadas and had a lot of success with that. Rewards were trash compared to the Dabo tables last month. No, they weren't, Chad. I'm not sure why you think that. No, they weren't. The loot tables were basically the exact same. And a little bit better because of Red Alarm happening, which Red Alarm was not supposed to pay out what it did. All right, let's see what else we had here, though. Rev had Lux Swarms look empty here. 100K players in every zone. Oh, well, I'm in deep space, and there are people here, but, you know, I'm in like a weird, awkward level where most people are higher than me or the new players are lower than me. You saw that some players didn't like the cartoon nature of the art. I did see that, Loves STFC, and that's fine if you don't like the artwork, but that shouldn't make you like want to quit the game either, you know? To me, that's silly. A Dabo event store, best event store in a while. Oh man, I love the Dabo store because I got away team currency, but it wasn't the best. I mean, to me, it wasn't, because that's not even an event store. And I don't like to call the Dabo system 2 months prior as an event store, because it wasn't. All that was you choosing your rewards from normal events. It wasn't an event store because it was just, your normal stuff plus away teams, and which is great that we had away teams in there, but it wasn't a full-fledged event store. So I don't like to word it like that, because I know that's how Scope is going to word it, why we haven't had a full-fledged event store. And we need those full event stores to do, get Meridians, Discoveries, Stellas. And, so I'm very careful with how I word some of that. The plate was your goal from day one. I do love the Tom Paris plate, but I just don't know if I can justify spending 20 bucks because I apparently missed a day. I honestly don't know if I could justify that. So, the art got you to watch season 1 and season 2 of Lower Decks. What'd you think, Charles, after you watched it? Nicholas says this was close to being as good as Duality. Duality was better. This comes close second. Borg event helped me get enough materials for a max Vidar. Ops 35 as well, scrapping Legionary, and then Primes. Great to hear. Do I think the Borg Exodus event is one of the highlights of this month? I think it was one of the highlights of this month. Barnabas says most hated the aspect of animated being for kids, therefore realizing this game can be specifically made for kids, what most people are mad about. Well, see, even that argument holds no water, Barnabas, because Lower Decks is 100% not a children's show. Like 100%. Nobody can watch Star Trek Lower Decks and be like, yeah, this is for kids. It's not at all. Lower Decks is an adult show in every sense of the word. Like, I would not let my children watch Lower Decks yet. I wouldn't. So I've never gotten that logic. Like, I can understand if you just don't like animated art, but to say that it's for kids is just, well, it's just not true. I mean, season 2, you have a full-fledged orgy on the ship. Season 1, the first episode starts off with somebody almost getting their leg completely chopped off, and you see the meat with a batleth. It's definitely not for kids. Do not show that to your kids unless you're ready for them to be exposed to many adult themes. Yeah, I mean, Prodigy, though, is for kids. Now, Prodigy is. Did I have double? Whoa. Did my game just freak out and get me double swarm? Did I see that right? Yo, my game broke? Has anybody else got double swarm collections? Is it because I hit 42 and it decided to double up on me? It had to be because I hit 42 and it decided to double up on me. Thank you, Anubis, for dropping that link. Yeah, it's got to be because I leveled up. That's wild. Okay, let's go ahead and do our collections anyway. That's weird. I'll take the free stuff, but yeah, I did ding 42 in the middle of the reset. So Valdor's building, Chadsy, Valdor's building. Charles says, I Googled the first appearance of Badgie and tried to show it to my daughter and forgot that they show him breaking someone's spinal column clean off. Yep. The episode where Badgie comes into Star Trek Lower Decks is quite gruesome, which honestly I find amazing. I love it, but I'm also an adult and a little bit crazy. So bring in Star Trek the animated series. I mean, I'm not opposed to it because I like all Star Trek. I will say that I am not a fan of the original animated series, but doesn't mean it's bad. It's just like not the best Trek for me. Five Kirk Khan, Skippy. There you go. 5 Kirk Khan for your Armada run. When you be getting the Kelvin, I'm not getting the Kelvin. I'm not going Fed ships on my main account, so I'm not getting a Kelvin. No Kelvin for Rev. No Kelvin for Rev. Yeah, you've got 450 things from Cloak Daily because you upgrade 2 levels. Nice. Nice. We love it when the system works in our favor. I do talk pretty fast, Corey. It's one of the things that make me content creator. Oh, 2 more finally answered. Since it wasn't the animated aspect, I'm all for Star Trek the animated series. It was a lot of things that you liked about it. The stuff they pulled in the story would have gotten them a court-martial, not a second chance. Okay, so you just really dislike the story. I like the story because it was very much Lower Decks. Like, it felt like Lower Decks. So, no Kelvin for me ever on the baby account. I'm not going Fed. The only time I might switch to Fed in the main account is if I ever start getting close to level 60 and I want the Enterprise D. That's the only reason. You wouldn't like Lower Decks? I mean, I guess. Maybe not Tomb World. I think you should give it a shot and see. But honestly, a lot of stuff that happens in all Star Trek would have got people court-martialed. So that's just, you got to have story. I mean, I love that the mission series this month even kind of was making fun of the game. Talking about, you know, the piece where Mariner's talking about there's 3 Spocks on an Enterprise, on an independent station. It's supposed to break the 4th wall. It's supposed to break in, you know, have a little fun, a little levity. I like it, and I get not everybody will. Wouldn't make me want to quit the game, though, Tomb World. I still don't understand your statement that it made you want to quit the game. To me, that's a little wild. But if you're too deep into a faction, is it worth trying to get in with the other factions? Yes. To me, it's always worth tri-faction locking and grinding. You're never too far behind. You're 35 and tri-locked, thinking of dual ROM cling for the next. When should I start the grind? I wouldn't really start till 39, just because your daily starts switching over to having to kill 40 plus and having to mine 4-star, and you might not be ready for that. If you are ready for it, then go ahead and do it. But if you're not, just be mindful of how much actually, you know, changes when you go from 10 mil rep to 30 mil rep. It's a big jump. And unless you're ready to take control of that, because remember at 35, you can't even go to deep space yet. So your ability to get a lot of the hostiles is going to be really difficult until you can get to 38, have those missions and start flying to those like Warp 65 systems and those Warp 70 systems. You only get 200 characters. I can't fully explain without you spend too much time on my comments. I mean, 2 more, feel free. You know, we'll try to catch every comment that we can. I try to give everybody a chance to say their piece, good or bad. How far are you recommend taking the jelly? Tier 5 to tier 7 in that range. If you want to be the most efficient possible, you really don't need past a tier 5-ish jelly. I'm probably going to go to tier 7 just for some range and everything. But because I'm still going to be doing my hostile grinding with my ISS jelly and not the Valdor. Yeah. So, any idea when the filler events are going to be between the arcs? Need to work on my Stella skin. So if you have a 1-week break, the events are pretty much always the same. Crucible of War, Apex, you know, you'll have the same set. It's the 2-week ones that we've had where they added in the Borg. We just got to get to having another 2-week break. I really want to have another Borg run so people can have a shot at various skins. So Valdor for PvP on Armadas. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. Maharan says, if you were skipping the Valdor, would you take the jelly further? Nope. To me, there's no reason at all. even if you don't get the first round of ships, the uncommons, to take that jelly past tier 7. There's no, I mean, because it's not for PvP. You're not really going to use it heavily for like deep space armadas or anything. It's just for hostile grinding and warp range. So no, I would not take it above that for any reason. You know, there are some people who've taken it to tier 12 and stuff, and generally it ends up being a regret thing. Definitely would not push maxing it out. So next arc will start on May 3rd or the 10th. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. This arc's not over, so as I tell y'all all the time, I will not tell you anything about a future arc until this one's done, and this one's not done. Jelly tier 5 can be killed by maxed out Gladius. Yeah, well, Jelly can be killed by a lot of things because the Jelly sucks at PvP. That's not really saying much. Why get the Jelly when you have the Augur? Well, one, we got to get you to spell Augur correctly. But the biggest reason, warp range. Your Augur's not going to take you where you need to go. Now, the Augur's great for rep grinding, including using high level rep grinding, but it doesn't have warp range. You know, even a max enterprise is only going to take you so far. Now, level 42, we get plus 10 warp range. That can help. But let's see, your warp range here, what, warp 75 for a max? Warp range is going to hold you back. Warp range is going to hold you back. BP events, 2 me destroy the machines. Yeah, I mean, we all hate the worms, but you had a standard amount of worm events. But I do agree with you that I hate the worms. But don't worry, more worms are coming. More worms are coming. Too many threat reductions, technical issues. Several times I'd set long repair before bed and wake up to my ship being damaged again. Now, technical issues are definitely a pain in the butt. They have been getting better in some ways and worse in others, and that is extremely frustrating. Lag is getting better and better and better. But some other things are definitely problematic. Worms better than Eclipse? I would disagree. Eclipse are better. At least Eclipse is useful. Worms pay out crap. So the next arc is Doomsday Worms? Yep, you heard it here first, everybody. Next arc is nothing but Doomsday. Prepare to riot. If we have to kill worms, could they please reward something other than the crap they dump? I actually had this conversation with the devs earlier this month. Because I would like everything in the game to have a purpose and for everything in the game to be worth doing. And right now, worms are not. And we did talk to them about, I specifically talked to them about, hey, if we're going to keep doing worms, let's find a way to work like the original series officers back into it and those events to pay out officer stuff. And that's what I've really been pushing for. Now, I will say this, and I agree with Gregory here. As annoying as the worms can be, in terms of they don't really pay out anything, they're extremely easy to do. Like, it takes me like 4 worm kills to finish my entire worm event. For most players, the worms are very easy to do. So that is like, I guess, a positive, but I guess it's going to be very, if it's a positive for person to person. Oh gosh, sniffles. Reckon they should bring back TOS officer sourcing? Yeah, that's what I just said, Nicholas. That's what I just said. I think that would help take away the negative perception that most people justifiably have. You know, I think a lot of people have got a negative look of that, and I think that there's a fair reason to have that. By the way, I forgot that we had didn't have the house fund up. So I'll throw that back up. We do have about a week and a half-ish until the house fund closes up. So your chance to get your name on the wall, about a week and a half left. And then we'll just be doing raising money for the baby because they're expensive. Babies are expensive. How many Valdor blueprints do you have? Oh, I've already got the Valdor building. See, Valdor's already building. I was ready to build the Valdor before I even had the Alex 42. Yeah. Worms are easy but bloody boring. 100% agree. Need crew suggestions for the Valdor? Well, that's why you'll have a video out this week, Shadsy. Not even the Worm Armadas do anything worthwhile outside of specific events. You're correct, they don't. And they're not even handing out, you know, the tokens to get to the deeper places in Worms anyway. Azzer, you're not telling me something I don't know. I am a big anti-pharmaceutical guy. I absolutely dislike that we throw so many pharmaceuticals into our bodies. And that's not just like some conspiracy thing. I just don't like it. I don't think long-term is the best for you. So I don't take medicine for every little icky and picky I get. Little sinuses where there's pollen in the air, it's not hurting me. It's not causing me to not be able to, complete my daily life. So I'm not just going to, drain my body with, well, depends on what you're saying. Like Zyrtec will just dry you up, just dries up all your mucous membranes. And it's not for me. If y'all like it, cool. But I remember when Claritin was a prescription and I had it when I was like 12. And now it's over the counter. The background to worms. The background to worms, look, to me, that was like one of the dumbest stories and one of the dumbest things they came up with. I hated the worms. Because it wasn't, their whole take on the doomsday stuff was so ridiculous. I strongly disliked it. Yeah, leave my boogers alone. Exactly, Sylvia. Sometimes you just want to be the snotty kid. There are therapies to help you cope better with allergies without any need for medication. Yeah, I'm coping fine though. Like I have no problems. I know that the random sniffles can be annoying, I guess, on the mic, but like, I'm not uncomfortable. I'm not unhappy. Would you say this epic officer is worth pushing for or save for other officers? So I think Mariner is good to have. If you had to pick between like a Mariner push and then pushing for like say Riker, then no, Mariner doesn't have near as much value as Riker does. It's still an epic officer, still value, but yeah, I mean, I don't think that she's worth as much as others are. I don't think she's worth as much as others are. What are you forgetting? Anyone collected their Scopely store freebie? I have not since I made the video, honestly. I have not done it since I made the video. Which is pretty stupid, but yeah. Free epic shard for everybody, except for Rev, who is lazy. Oh, wow. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate that. I will update it here in just a second. I appreciate that. My phone vibrated. I'm like, what was that? And it was Charles over here being very generous. He wants me to go buy the plate. Is that what you said? You want me to go buy the plate? Yep, it says specifically for the Tom Paris plate. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate that. We might do that on stream a little bit later. You only have Badgie out of this event so far? So, because I bought the battle pass, or I have the $20 battle pass, I definitely got Badgie. Boimler I managed to get through events and just really good Cerritos pulls, because I did get the Cerritos this month, obviously. And then I am about to place high enough in this final Recruit Mariner event where I'm going to have Mariner. So as long as I finish in the top 5, I'll get her, but I'm trying to get top 3. You bought the $100 or you bought the 100 BPs, the $100 battle pass? Yeah, if you bought the $100 battle pass, you definitely got them. Wish I could give you my plate instead of having you buy it. Well, I appreciate that. I mean, I think the plate's hilarious. It's and also shout out Tom Paris. Shout out Tom Paris. You unlock Boimler today with the BP overflow. No Cerritos refinery yet. Now, remember, everybody starting in May will be able to start grinding out the Cerritos taco, even if you didn't get it, this month. So the good thing about, and one of the reasons, and I'll talk about this in my, recap video. I love that this month had a permanent sourcing for players to get the Cerritos. It's there forever. So everybody level 35 plus for the rest of the game will be able to get the Cerritos taco. I love that. That's exactly how it should be. First month, it's brand new. Let people pay for it if they want to do it. And second month, get it for free. Now, if you bought one this month, you're going to get a second Cerritos. You have 2 Cerritos tacos. No Tomb World, level 35 plus. Level 35 plus, you start getting the events. You can't build it till 36, but you can start unlocking it. And thank you, Beck. It's actually an exclamation point donate. I switched them around because I was like, you know, instead of having an individual link for all these, let's just go ahead and combine them. You have 48 BPs for the amalgam. Nice. I do like that it's in cosmic cleanup, but I prefer ships to come out how the Cerritos did, where it has an event set every Wednesday now. You have a permanent event set that will come out every Wednesday, where you've got the second contact event, and you'll have an event called the California event if you don't have the Cerritos. So, yeah, everything in the Cerritos refinery is permanent. That is a permanent, which is good. The only one drawback, the one complaint I have, is it doesn't give a permanent sourcing for the officers for below level 35 players. That's an issue that I have with the launching, is below 35 are not going to be able to continuously refine their Cerritos in the support to get, you know, the officers. And I want everybody to be able to get those before level 35. Am I supposed to be able to do level 37 swarms with a tier 1 Franklin A easy? Yes. Yes. My Franklin's only tier 2. My Franklin A. Did I ever take it to tier 3? Let me look. Oh, I'm taking tier 4. Good Lord. But yeah, as soon as I got mine out the box, I was able to do my dailies at level 39. Out the box, I was able to do my dailies. Pretend you were super cheap. What's the minimum you'd spend money on as a noob? If I was going to spend the least amount of money, I would buy the extra builder and the extra researcher, and then that was it. If I was going to set a monthly budget, I would buy the extra builder and the extra researcher in the first month, and then $20 a month, I would buy the battle pass. If that's just like I want to spend enough to where I'm progressing and getting good content, that's what I would do. First month, basically I set a $25 a month type budget. First month, builder and researcher, the extra ones. They might not feel as important at low levels, but at high levels, it's super important to have those. And then battle pass every month. You're liking research? It's quite possible. And Arctic, thank you, dude. It's not to be a cadet. Great job on your videos so far this year. Well, thank you. I'm definitely trying to push out more content. I am. And then I've actually been talking with the new community manager about, you know, the various content creators. I know Beck is here, you know, but one of my goals the past 6 months was to get more people making content for this game and to help those that want to make content. So we are currently at, not counting NDA'd streamers and YouTubers, we've got Black Half Dan, LaRooster, Beck Likes Plants, Truckin' Chick, Tiberius2187, Anisius TV, I Am Highlanders, and Octagon Ron. We now have 8 other content creators making content at a consistent basis for the game that I've worked with and talked to so far. Plus, you've got No One Shall, me, Ultimate DJ. So, yeah, not only are we doing more content individually, we're getting everybody else doing content. It's freaking awesome. Speed that Valdor up? Nope, not during the stream, because that's going to be for a video. It's going to be for a video. You're trying to make content for Star Trek Fleet Command right now. I've only done 2 lives and 2 videos. Keep at it, Conchu. You know, keep at it. I am a very big proponent of more is better. More content creators is better for everybody. Yeah, Beck, I've seen you stream Star Trek Fleet Command 2 days in a row, which is this is a big deal. It's a big deal. How long was she online? She was online for 6 hours. You talking about Beck's last stream or who? Whoopsies. Didn't mean to do that. 8 hours. Wow, Beck. I didn't realize you had streamed that long. I was lurking for most of it, but wow, that's a long time. Beck is up to level 25 now? 25? Anyone check in on No One Shall? Might need to send out a search party. I mean, I talked to him a couple days ago. I'll shoot him a text if you want me to. Corey probably talked to him today. Any feedback from Scopely regarding ads not reflective gameplay? What type of feedback are you hoping for? What type of feedback are you hoping for? Basically, you're going to get the artistic license excuse. She tried to end before being raided. Oh, nice. We love raids. We love raids. Oh, man. Uh. Uh. You did a raid this morning? How much did you raid? I was her stream I watched more an hour. Nice, Cryo. I'll take that as a good thing. If you're trying to learn a lot of things, it's good though. Lots of Star Trek Fleet Command help. The community in this game is extremely helpful. Extremely helpful. Finally got your wife to watch a stream with the baby shower. Oh, nice, Brad. Did she enjoy that? Did she enjoy that? How often do you pop exocomps, and are there certain times you always pop them? So for me, Beck, anytime I'm going to go through like a build run, like I've been doing at 42, I always pop that. The biggest ones that I focus on are rep exocomps, which you get through the amalgam. That's the main ones that I use, rep exocomps. I almost never use like the combat exocomps. I basically never use these. I never touch them. But the building exocomps, the research speed exocomps, and the rep exocomps, the main ones that I'll love on. During certain mining events in the war, I'll do these. Did you learn about the Franklin? What did you need to learn? Any reason to have more than one level 30 faction miner? I mean, I've got all three of them. It's handy for mining events, but use them when I get bonuses at events, but wasn't sure otherwise. It depends on what I'm doing. And we talk about this a lot. It's that balance between being ultra efficient and also not slowing down gameplay, trying to wait to be ultra efficient. Oh, wow. So many things to collect. Click, 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 click. So many clicks. And click that too, because I need as much Klingon rep as I can get, because these dang Romulan reps, oh my gosh, I've got it so high, it's draining me. I actually need to stop collecting Romulan stuff. I keep saying that, and then I keep doing it. I keep saying that, and I keep doing it. For the new server, I'm rushing to 23 for Armadas. Am I screwing myself by not soft pausing? I mean, to me, Armadas, you don't need, unless, look, the only reason you get to level 23 is if you're trying to run Armadas. You can participate in Armadas before level 23. You can participate in Armadas before level 23. You only need to run to 23 if you're like a spinner who wants to run Armadas for your people. I would not recommend just bum rushing to level 23, but that's me. In the away team missions, it's annoying each time the filter resets back to all 4 ticks. Think they can change it? I'm sure they can. I don't even use that system, to be honest with you. I don't even use it. I get it's a nice quality of life thing, but here, let's click this one. I don't even use it. Yeah, so, but we can do that. In deployed ships, no ships, on assignment. Bam. I mean, I don't even use it, to be honest with you. But it is handy, and it does need some work. Question, do you know how much Cerritos shards will be awarded on Wednesday? 10 every Wednesday. So it'll take you 10 weeks to free-to-play grind the Cerritos when the California event launches in May. When the California event launches in May, then it'll take you 10 weeks if you did not have the $20 Battle Pass. Now, if you had the $20 Battle Pass, you got 50 shards of the Cerritos through the Battle Pass. So then it'll take you 5 weeks. But the free-to-play player, the earliest they can have the Cerritos is July. Complete free-to-play grinding. So. When we get more Ferengi officer shards, because I need 29 more. Well, we had, one of the things I liked about this month is they ran events that sourced Rom and Cath. I do think we need more permanent sourcing. I'm not, taking away from that discussion, but I was just kind of, one of the reasons I like this arc is it gave a little bit from the past. I think that was good. And I think having more arcs that do that is important, that pay out resources and materials and officers from the past. Any plans to do something with duality shards? You talking about the event store currency? No. You need 10 more to unlock ROM? Nice. The best mining officer. I mean, the mining officer. The best raiding officer in the game. I guess we'll have to wait and see, Brian. I guess we shall have to wait and see. Having ROM would have been great for your raid. Well, you only need it to crack the base. After that, you don't need ROM anymore. Ooh, shout out to Epic with their D4 to take out my... Oh, wow. You don't see Curon speed runs too often, but... Another plus, I earned Cath this arc. Was a good art. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people have a lot of POVs is based on that type of feedback. You unlocked ROM this month. Nice, Brian. Congratulations. The best base raider in the game. And seeing as today I spent like 15 billion par steel. I realize I still have plenty of par steel, but I've spent 15 billion so far today. Raiding is helpful, and I've raided a good bit of that. Are more Orion officers likely to synergize with Grush, or have Scopely's heads moved on? They've not moved on from Syndicate, but I can't tell you any future plans for Syndicate, obviously. But no, it was not meant as a one and done, and they're never going to visit it again. It will get revisited in the future. You know it's level 18 mining Latinum. Why? And any chance of transfer tokens moving to level 19? As far as the transfer tokens, not anytime soon, at least that I'm aware of. And as far as mining Latinum, I guess to stockpile it for the future. Maybe to stockpile it for the future, Edward. Not the worst idea. I mean, there's worse things that one could do. Not something that I would like. I'll recommend. Like, hey, y'all need to stockpile Latinum. But there's very few systems they can even reach to do that. I mean, Brian, to be completely honest with you, even when I didn't have an NDA, I wouldn't tell people that either. Like when I knew what was coming, I wouldn't tell y'all because I don't like spoiling content. I don't think it's good to spoil content. I don't think it's good to tell you what's coming. It's good to hint. For those that want to know, it's good to hint, and it encourages people to think and try to figure it out and have fun. I do not think that spoiling what's coming is a good strategy for anybody. So mining Latinum without a butterbug is a waste. I love that you name it a butterbug. When do the hints start on your streams? When the arc is done. So today's the last day of the arc. So this upcoming week, you can start getting some hints and stuff. I need to speed up a research. I got to get in the habit of speeding up a research every day. Now that I'm getting so much Latinum, especially because of my Latinum refines, just need to get better at not hoarding this Latinum for no reason. So let's spend it on... I should have a lot of away team stuff. Ensemble Explorers. Yeah, I should probably do that considering what I'm building. Oh, Prime Max Warp, I want you. Romulan Hauler. That doesn't really matter, but I do need to get down into these at some point. Oh my goodness, so many things to do. I mean, I gotta progress, so I'm gonna go do that one, even though I probably need to do Unstoppable Explorers more. Do that amount of research and you could potentially stockpile raw like it's out of style. I just don't see the point, honestly. Because it's not like it's a struggle to get it. You're not struggling to get it. Where to find hints on Twitch, of course. This is true. Now, I will drop, now, if y'all aren't familiar with my hint format, on YouTube, I drop the hints in videos. On Twitch, we drop them during live streams. So we just kind of have a little, we separate how we do them. So you have 75.5 million raw Latinum stocked for Mighty Mondays. Holy crap, Raph. But that's also the point, like, why I'm like, well, who even needs to stockpile it for the future? Because if you're doing your events, you're going to end up with a huge stockpile. Scrap Twitch. do you mean scrap Twitch, Barnabas? You have 930 million raw lat? Holy crap. Brian, you're definitely going for the leaderboard events, aren't you? That is a lot stockpiled. That is a lot stockpiled. All right, let's go over here. And now speed up our shuttle bay. Speed ups are so cheap. The reason I'm doing this, y'all, because I got that exocomp active, and I'm currently doing a event. So that's why I'm willing to blow through a lot of this right now. It's because I'm on the SLB. Scrap Twitch for the Twitch A? Fair. That station event was crap. You have 50 million CLAT? I do not have that much. I literally only do it enough to finish the SMSs. But I still end up with a stockpile, and I'll have like a week's worth that I can usually continue to refine. Hey, Fabio. How you doing, man? You haven't mined lat since the Fisha came out? Wow. I'm sitting on 41.9 million raw lat and 108 million CLAT. I haven't mined any since the last Fisha, since the Fisha came out, and do max pulls daily. Yeah, I mean, the only reason to mine past that point is if you're just trying to win in the leaderboards. Yeah, you have 1,100 days worth of speed ups. I blow through speed ups pretty quickly up here because, as you can see in my buildings, you know, actually this way, you see my buildings, a lot of them end up taking a lot of time, and I don't actually want to wait. Like my Valdor, I'm not going to wait 41 days, obviously. I'm going to have that video out this week. I'll probably have the Valdor done by the end of today. Then I can start working on the video, and that way the video will be ready to post like on Tuesday. I'll have it auto post like 8 in the morning. You know, pro streamer moves. So, and then the baby shower, I'm going to cut it down and put it on YouTube as well for those that missed the baby shower. You can't compete with solo on Mining Monday with my work schedule, so I don't bother. I don't bother with solo mining leaderboards either, honestly. One, the main reason is mining is just boring to me, and it doesn't excite me. PvP events, I can get into that more. Mining, it just doesn't do it for me. It just does not do it for me. It just... Are still fighting with them to get more Devore parts into more areas, by the way. You gotta ask this question. Was Harrison worth buying when he was in the store? Worth is relative. He has some good purposes and some good uses that make him a desirable officer. Worth is such a relative statement, though. I'm not out here to tell people to spend $50 for one officer, because I dislike that idea. But I gotta decide what last two of these that I want. Love the channel. Thank you for all that you do. Watch your 39 video. How long should I stay at 39? Just getting into it. Now, that's up to you. I mean, none of my camping videos are based on time. They're based on completion. You know, it's really getting you to where you feel ready for the next step. You know, whenever you feel ready for that next step, you take it. And that's the whole point of me having that series. You know, if it takes you 4 months to feel ready, cool. If it takes you a year, cool. If it takes you a month, whatever. You know, it's just helping give you a baseline of what you can expect to look for and try to get. You decide to camp at 36 for the Cerritos. Nice, Bushmaster. Nice, yeah, because you got to beat 36 to build it. You decided to camp at 36. I'm not changing my recommended camp level, by the way. I'm keeping my recommended camp at 35. There's only 2 bonuses to 36. Your Armada, chest change, and now the Cerritos. To me, that's not enough to swap what I'm doing, because you can pick those up on your way. Like, as you're ready to go to like 39, you can pick up the Cerritos and move forward. So, but that's just my thoughts. You'll go to level 40 when I max my research, tier 5, 6 epic ships, finally get an ISS Jelly. Very nice. Very nice. I am 1 away from Jellyfish bought the jellyfish pack where I can get the last part. Which jellyfish are you talking about, Sam? Are you talking about the baby jelly or? Yeah, baby jelly. I'm not a big fan of buying the baby jelly, but as long as you enjoy it, that's all that matters. It just doesn't last very long. There are some cool tricks you can do with it long term, but overall, like anytime I start a new account, I don't get the baby jelly. I get the North Star, but I never get the baby jelly. Keep minding my crystal, turn that in. Over here, keep grinding these hostiles. Well, that's the thing, Tomb World, is not every real event store will pay out that last shard. So it's really annoying. But I would not say buy the pack, that's for sure. Wish you could have the North Star. Well, I bought mine for 20 bucks at level 18. That's just something I've started doing. I did have it, you know, my completely free to play account. I used 2 event stores to get my North Star. But that obviously took about half a year. And that's kind of annoying. You got your Augur, tier 3, 2 million power, 35 camp, both Enterprise and Augur to tier 5, or just one should be there. Honestly, you only need one, Boxer. You only need one. Having 2 is great, but you only need one. Could you suggest they run the Baby Jelly PvP event? It's already been suggested. It's already been suggested. The Disco PvP seems to be like the new rage. That's what everybody focuses on right now. It's got an email. No idea who you are. Go away. What tier should my Franklin be before going level 20? Honestly, you want to push your Franklin as high as you can every time you level it. I mean, that should be a goal for everybody. You want to be as high as you can possibly take it. The Franklin is one of those primary ships you just want to be working on at all times. You hate that his level lock should be available no matter what level you are? The North Star? I can see that. I mean, it's really only a low level player ship though. Like, I'm not using it at level 42. Some. Should one save the trade XP for any possible events or just level up trade? To me, Jennifer, because away teams is so important in terms of what it can pay out every day, I don't wait. I do have a little bit of a stockpile, but I honestly don't wait. There's just so much that you could miss out on waiting for that event. So I'm just not a big fan of that. I'm just not a big fan of that. I'm going to use these 4 here just because y'all wanted to talk about this earlier. Click and click. And normally I would try to go for the merits, but honestly, I just need the service rewards. So throw 3 random officers and might use them. They have you back on 6-day work week? Dude, Corey, that sucks. But at least that means you're getting a ton of overtime, man. You're gonna be getting a ton of overtime. Evening, Shane. How are you doing? It's the only ship that is locked away from high levels. Doesn't make sense. I mean, so is the jellyfish. The baby jelly is. I mean, to me, I wouldn't want the North Star and Cosmic Cleanup because it would distract people from more important ships. Like, I don't want people going for the North Star instead of the Discovery. Afternoon, Ron. Only missing 4 more chin shards, just a matter of weeks. I love how you worded that. I love how you worded that. Have I maxed my disco? My disco is like a few hundred parts away from ready to be maxed. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. After today and then go through this next week, I'll probably have it. What do you think of 1.5 Bev for Borg and Swarms? Is there a better build? The best Swarm build is not 1.5 Bev. Are you talking about probes? Because why would you run that for both? Why would you run that for both? You definitely is not the best run for swarms. You can use that for probes. Probes is tricky though, because probes depends on which probe. There's different firing patterns to different probes. Hey, Jeremy, good to see you. Ripper! I didn't have any doubt that you were alive. Should I have been worried? Should I have been worried that you were not alive, Ripper? How you doing, bud? By the way, shout out Ripper. His latest mod, the latest update to Ripper's mod. I'm sorry, he doesn't want to call it that. Ripper Shenanigans. The latest update to Ripper Shenanigans lets you get rid of global chat, so maybe y'all want to consider that. Ripper telling a joke? Oh God, the world is ending. Holy crap. Hey Guru, how you doing? Yeah, if y'all have not downloaded the latest version of Ripper Shenanigans, it will allow you to get rid of global chat, which is pretty amazing. We dislike global chat in this world. We dislike global chat. Hey Tim, how you doing? At least it wasn't a knock knock joke. Hey, we like knock knock jokes. We like knock knock jokes. How is sourcing G3 in the 40s? Do I need to really stock up before progressing to keep 26 scrapping? So you definitely start getting, as you get deeper into the 40s, the amount of 3-star lessons to a degree. You do still kind of get enough to continue scrapping ships. Scrapping 26s is something that you'll do for probably the rest of your life. Like right now, imagine you 10 years from now, and one thing that you can write down in stone is that you're gonna be scrapping 26 ships. But you aren't gonna like completely dry up on it either. It does start focusing on 4-star, but you're gonna be able to continue to get the 3-star needed to scrap ships. You turn off GC and Ripper's mod, love it. Hard not to. Ripper says you haven't disabled it though. Well, Ripper, that would be because on this account that runs this, I've told you this, does not have Ripper Shenanigans on it. My baby account has Ripper Shenanigans. But to be honest, I don't deactivate global chat because I'm that weirdo that I'll go into different servers and I'll go into global chat trying to help people. Hey, do you have a question about this? You know, this is what's going on with the game, etc. You're incapable of not jokes. It was attempted once. It was a complete disaster. We can help you create the knock joke of your future, Ripper. We can do it. I have confidence in us. The synergy affect officer ability or just captain's ability? Just captain's ability, Chris. Just captain's ability. Synergy will not improve your officer ability. However, tiering up officers improves their officer ability. So captain's abilities are static except for synergy. Officer abilities will improve with tiering up of the officer. Now, there are some officers, these new ones that we just had this month, that don't have captain's abilities at all, but have lower dex abilities instead. So keep those in mind as you're going through your leveling up process. You're scared of Ripper? You should be. You should be. Ripper is a very scary individual. Extremely frightening. You ever seen him in real life? Horrifying. Absolutely horrifying. Knock, knock. Who is it? It's Ripper. You're dead. Yeah. You've now been warned. You've now been warned. Ripper knock jokes don't work on the back doors you like so much? Yikes. Wow. Yikes. Do all officers have morale? You can talk about it for a second. No, not all officers have morale. No. Ryan, if you have a more specific question, shoot it. But no, only a handful of officers either create morale or use morale as a side effect. Why can't Scopely put maintenance server alerts in Alliance chat? Why would they put them in Alliance chat? Do you know if that bug, that lower decks locked crew members count towards power of ships is still active? Zdenic, I actually don't know if that's still active. I haven't tested that since last year. Oh, Ice Glow, yeah, STFC Insider is Ripper. Before Ripper was Ripper, he was STFC Insider, and he was like sending me and No One Shall cryptic messages about Scopely and their nefarious ways. What was the best ship in the game? It's a relative statement. For what level? I mean, the level 60 ships are the best ships in the game, but unless you've got a hefty bank account, you're not getting to that anytime soon. Everybody at level 60. I don't think there's a single player at level 60, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think there's a single level 60 who's Actually, I'll say for a fact, there's not a single level 60 who's not 5 digits into the game. There's no way. No way. Almost all of them are going to be 6 digits. $3.50 enough? Nope. What's the best ship for level 30 through 40? Specialty ship or regular faction fighting ship? You know, the Enterprise is the generic go-to good at everything ship. Is Kirk, Pike, and Uhura a good crew? Not at all. That is a very bad crew. That is not a good crew for any purpose. Yeah. Data mining patch is doing Ripper things. Ooh. Speaking of data mining, I actually need to go do that. Funny enough, I actually really do need to go do that. Because I've been trying to get back on the collecting data wagon. You love eating Enterprise with your auger? I mean, yeah, crews are going to help you win the day, but... Loch Ness Monster says it's $3.50. I don't catch the joke, so... Can you use bones as a discount Pike? Not really. I mean, will that work? Yes. Does it actually give you anywhere close to the effect you're looking for? No, it does not. You don't read Galaxy Chat and miss the maintenance starts. Well, maintenance is... The maintenance gets announced in my Discord, the official Discord. You know, it's basically almost always maintenance is going to be the first Tuesday of a month. Almost always, maintenance will be the first Tuesday of a month. Almost always. Loch Ness Monster Tree Fitties from South Park. I don't watch South Park, so... I don't watch South Park. Like, I have watched South Park in the past, but I don't like really watch South Park. Is Beckett worth getting? You mean Beckett Mariner? I'm going for her. Need Ripper shenanigans to move some of the important currencies to the main screen? Oh, like what, Circuit Junkie? So you want Ripper to completely redo the UI of the game. I'm sure he would love that. I'm sure Ripper would love doing that. Ripper, you down to redo the entire UI of the game? Rev's too young to know about season 2 of South Park. Season 2 of South Park was like when I was like 7 years old, isn't it? Ripper said not. Ripper, that was me being facetious. What's the go-to faction ship for 20 to 30? Probably the Saladin. Saladin, Centurion, or Bortus. One of the 28s. If you're trying to be as efficient as possible, not the Saladin, because it's going to eat up crystal you're going to be using for like 13 other ships. Does Ripper Shenanigans work on Android OS? No, it does not. Ripper Shenanigans only works for the PC client. It is only for the PC players. You know nothing of South Park at all? None? Wow, somebody else is being facetious. Maintenance alerts should display on the notice board inside your base. Sure, I got no argument with that. Like, I'm not here to say it shouldn't. Cool. They put maintenance news out covering your help button 3 days before maintenance. Yep. The only issue with all of this is consistency. Consistency. They have been much better at that. I mean, we used to never get a monthly event calendar rollout. So at least we're getting a lot of that now. It is kind of weird to have like this dystopian future billboard in front of our, you know, warehouses and generators where all the regular people are working. But yeah, whatever. What's the go-to ship from 3136? The Enterprise, Augur, or D4? You pick. Preferably Enterprise or Augur. I know it's going to make a lot of people mad, but that's just my two favorite. Have you mentioned how suggestive the diode artwork is to the art department? I have not. And now that I'm looking at it, I see what you're saying. And why did you bring that to my attention? Why did you bring that to my attention? Did you have to bring that to my attention? Oh boy. It's another cloister all over again. Cloister all over again. Oh boy. Oh, I mean, I know about the buildings. The PBBP. Yep. Yep. Ops 44, 100 million off celebrated. At what point do 46 ships show up in the cow store? Never. They never show up in the Crucible of War store. Celebrated rep or when I have the 46. Are you talking about the away team store? They never show up in the Crucible of War store. If someone kills your Cerritos while it's buffing a ship, will the buff go away? Oh. That would make sense, wouldn't it? But no. Because it's based on your research. So no. You can actually leave the system completely. The pack store. Okay, you're confusing. Which store are you talking about? Did you know you can change the firing pattern of the D4 with Curon? I did. Yeah, because Curon works as a copy paste mechanic. He copies and pushes. So it'll change the firing pattern of any ship, not just the D4. Was the Paris frame supposed to be positioned the way it is? Not centered and goes over the top of all frames. I did not talk to the art department about it. I have never, I don't even know if Ripper has, talked to the art department of Star Trek Fleet Command. Never once. Never a single time have I ever done that. So no, I did not. I did not. I've never done that. You know, honestly, that would be cool, I guess, to talk to the artist. But that is one pod that I have never swam in. Check my daily events. I've talked to ops. I've talked to game development. I've talked to community management, obviously. And that's it. I've never talked to marketing. I've never talked to the art department. I've never talked to the story team people. That's, yeah. Yeah, see, Ripper's talked to a few engineers. I've only talked to one engineer. So I'm hoping that we get even more access in the future as we continue to build the content creator program and stuff like that. But the Valdor looks congested in there. Let her out. She'll be out Tuesday. How long will this arc last? Can't tell you. During Crucible of War, level 46 ships show up in the offer store when you have the shipyard at 46 and the rep to unlock G4. Okay, so you're talking about the pay store during a Crucible of War event. Got it. Because no ships show up in the Crucible of War store. But now I understand what you're saying. Now it makes sense. Is there a visual countdown timer for when your ship is buffed with Cerritos so you know how much time is left? There is a countdown for me when I buff you, and I see it. The STFC website has a few spots where you can see the art department progress of the frames and avatars. It's interesting. I've never even thought to look of it like that. Will you live stream the Valdor reveal? No, it will be a YouTube video. I will not live stream the Valdor reveal. The Valdor reveal will happen tonight. I'll record it. And that's it. I'll record it. I'll do my editing, and then I'll preload that video to launch on Tuesday. Which, speaking of Ripper, do you have a nice size PNG of the Valdor you could send me for my thumbnail? If you don't, no big deal. But but I don't want to cut it myself, is what I'm saying. I want to crop it out myself. If you have a nice PNG, I'd really appreciate it. I finished the Battle Pass Overflow, and I got 360 broken desealer parts. How do we exchange those? Paul, you got to have 4,000 to exchange for a free treasury pack. So, and thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate that. Beck, you're being feisty. So, Ripper without. So, for me, I don't know how anybody else did it. When I ask for a PNG, I'm hoping for a static picture with no background. That's why I'm asking for a PNG. Now, if you've got a high-res JPEG or something, then I can use that to cut out the Valdor instead of pulling something from the game. But I just happened to ask you because you'll sometimes have that stuff. I might have it in that folder I shared with you. Remember that Ambassadors folder I shared with you like a year ago? There might be one in there, but I'd have to go look. Most of the Valdor pics I had a lot of damage on them and everything. So... is maxed out Saladin any good, and is it worth it? Yes and yes. The maxed out Saladin is particularly useful as a base raider in late game play. The reason being is you can use it with ROM to help crack bases because it hits so hard in the first round. And it's so cheap to repair compared to a G4 or a G5 ship. And no troll meat. I've never eaten there in Baton Rouge. I don't go to Baton Rouge almost ever. I haven't been to Baton Rouge in years. So, are G3 rare resources more abundant at later levels, or do they just take a lot of time to acquire? Both, Jimmy. Both. Oh, Alliance Exocomp is active. Apparently we got plus 90% warp speed going on right now. Well, that's nice to know. That's nice to know. I didn't even realize that. Will spending trade XP ever count for these away teams events again? Yes, probably, but I don't know when. And that's honestly not something I recommend saving. You thought Beck's a nice girl? Only on Twitch. Only on Twitch. Beck's a naughty, naughty lady. Naughty lady. Oh, wow. Gratificated. Just catching the end after being out all morning. I'll watch the VOD later. Lower Deck started strong, but for my money, petered out towards the end of the month. Turf Wars seemed to tire most out. Turf Wars was definitely a tiring event. The Borg Exodus event made up for it to me. Man, I definitely get everybody being kind of fatigued by all the Turf Wars. We got the plate in Raj just now from Overflow. Level 19 free to play. It was easy. Glad you like it, Edward. Joke was there. I only hopped on board. Oh, you hopped on? You hopped on? Okay. I see you. You hopped on. Cool. Whatever works. You hopped on. Oh, wow. My friend Maze just shared his sushi from yesterday, and it looks adorable. Oh, gosh. The wild and craziness that is y'all. The wild and craziness that is y'all. All right, what else we got to do? Probably should actually go mine some more. But I just did the daily that I needed. Okie dokie. Respect your pace with the Valor you'd have folded. Hey, look, well, you ain't gotta make content. I mean, I never wait for a ship unless I'm making content on it. You know, so since I am not gonna make that video until after we're done with the live stream and everything, so sometime later today, yeah, I'm not gonna rush it right now. I mean, I'll speed it up for you if y'all want to make it look a little closer. Here you go. There, now it shows it's going to come out in a day and 8 hours. But I will, I'll have that done afterwards, so. When are we getting update on Crucible of War hostile loot chest? Who knows? I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. Somehow my testing Mariner, I'm getting worse results than without her. I have to be doing something wrong. I'll do more testing tomorrow when I'm not as tired. Probably not, James. Just remember, there's a min max for every weapon. So some battles, you could be getting the max of that weapon. Some you could be getting the min. So like, look right here. This is a range. And imagine multiplying that by like, you know, a factor of, 20. You know how much research and how many buildings and your officer bonus. You're going to actually multiply that by a lot. So that range actually turns into a really big difference. You could just be hitting the low end of the range. Yeah. Just gotta be patient. That's why when we do logs, a lot of times, like when we'll do testing, we'll go through dozens of fights, sometimes over 100. You compare like 50 battles, she's increasing damage, but I'm taking more hull damage. Well, those two things should have nothing to do with each other unless you're using, say, like 5 of 10 for your mitigation and you're stacking less stats. So is your mitigation the same? That's why I like the Spox Club tool, because I can use the Spox Club tool to just quickly see all that and compare it. Because if your lower decks officers are taking away from your ability to raise mitigation and stat stacking, then obviously they're not worth it. Mitigation is maxed. Then I have no idea why you're taking more hull damage. I'd have to see logs. But I haven't run into that issue yet with my officers. Congratulations, Cryo, on half your amalgam. Congrats. That's awesome. When you scrap Franklin to get Franklin A, why do you not get the warp cores back for a normal Franklin? Because you don't need a normal Franklin. You don't need a normal Franklin. You have the Franklin A. That's why you don't get it back. Because you don't need it. You want it, but you don't need it. PMC should not depend on stat stacking. Correct. It shouldn't at all. If Moreau's tier 3 with Pike, you're maxed. So, thank you, Juliet. I appreciate that. You know, you could build the Franklin. You just can't upgrade it. You can rebuild another Franklin. You can rebuild another Franklin. Then you'd have to get the warp drive upgrades for the new Franklin. Well, that's the thing. You don't need to level up the new Franklin. Why do y'all want to level up an old Franklin that you don't need anymore? I don't understand. I've never understood that. Why max it out for your collection? I don't get the logic. I just don't. I don't get the logic. I mean, obviously that's what y'all want to do, so there's nothing wrong with it, but I just don't get the logic. Yeah. OCD, fair. I mean, but if we're going on maxing, man, like I need to max this Cavort. Maxing's a dangerous road, y'all. It's a dangerous road. Look at all these ships I don't have maxed. Second Enterprise isn't maxed. D4's not maxed. Let's see. Cerritos definitely not maxed. Hijack Legionary not maxed. Hijack Mayflower not maxed. Antares not maxed. Cavort's not maxed. Got to redo the Stellas. I have 2 maxed Kiras for some reason. I don't remember why that is. Amalgam. My original Franklin. I got an original Franklin left over that's not maxed. Discovery's not maxed. Shut up. D3. Another Hijack Legionary. Another Vidar. A Mayflower. Just, yeah. Assuming that tier 1 Franklin A is stronger than my max Franklin. Your tier 1 Franklin A out of the box should be able to do everything your maxed Franklin could do. Should be able to do everything your maxed Franklin could do. You should not have any drop off there. Oh, well, we got an event running on. Maybe I should upgrade my. Yeah, while we got this, let's upgrade our Meridian up a tier. There we go. Taking her to tier 8. Then go put her back on a node. So, this may have been asked, is there going to be a Lower Decks Part 2? You have to wait and see. Shall have to wait and see. You would hope for an increase in the size of territory capture space. Really? Okay. So the small clans get in the action, or they could just put out some 2-star and 3-star ISO in the TC space. Troll meat. TC is pretty freaking huge already. I mean, let's see. At the moment, we got a couple of dead spots because of turf wars. Everybody's still relocating, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 alliances on my map. 19 alliances on my map. So that's quite a bit, man. That's a lot of people having territory. You ready for a DS9 arc? I think everybody's ready for DS9. See, people ask about DS9 a lot. May ask what that is. Deep Space Nine is a series. Star Trek Deep Space Nine came out, is the 4th series of Star Trek to ever come out, with the original series, the animated series, and TNG being first. It did run concurrently with parts of the Next Generation in the 90s, and then Voyager comes after it. So it's one of the favorite of the Star Trek series. You can watch it on Paramount Plus. I think they've taken it off Netflix already. But yeah, Deep Space Nine. How would you compare your excitement level for the upcoming May arc compared to the current April arc? That would count as some of the hints that we drop, and I'm not telling you. This arc's not over. Y'all are going to get shamed into stop asking. I do not give hints until we're into hint week. We're not there. And don't worry, Beck. Look, you're not a Star Trek fan. You will be a Star Trek fan, but you're not one yet. You're not diving into the series yet. And that's okay. We love having players who aren't just diehard Trekkies, because it shows that this game can expand past just the fandom, which makes me really excited. I love that. DS9 might be on Amazon Prime. If it is, maybe I could arrange a watch party. I don't think it is, but if it is, we could arrange a watch party. You have them all in your Plex? Oh, dude. Corey, I've been trying to get her to watch Star Trek with me for forever. Been trying to get her to watch forever. I already know which episodes I'll show her and everything. Beck needs watch parties? Agreed? Agreed? DS9 is still on Netflix? Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Oh, well, now you said it's not on there. It was on Netflix, but I'm pretty sure they pulled all of those because Paramount wants to have everything on Paramount Plus. They want to have all the Star Trek in one location. Now, Prodigy will eventually go on Nickelodeon, but what are the chances of the Vidar being the next specialty ship to be upgraded? I mean, if we're following the pattern, they did the Franklin, they did the Devore. It would either be the Discovery or the Vidars next up on the list. In Europe, DS9 is still on Netflix. I'm midway through season 4 on my 3rd watch. Yeah, so I'm not sure how they'll do things in other countries. I can only speak to what's currently available here. But. Pull our ship parts. Yeah, so it's going to basically be where y'all are at. I think Beck will really like it. No, Corey, you don't. No. I've told Beck the days that I'm free that we could watch. She just has a life, family, friends, everything that's more important than a Rev Deuce. I get it. I understand. Rev Deuce is not the most important person in the world, only in my own mind. Is it true that prices change in the store based on the user's past spending? To an extent, yes. Prices don't change, but what you see changes. Like your spending levels can determine the type of packs that you see. Corey, you could call me. It's honestly better to text me because I'm not a big talk on the phone person, but yeah. What do you think they will release the Defiant as? I have no idea. Don't call you. Beck, I don't have your number, so I couldn't call you even if I wanted to. I'm level 20, mining corrupted data and not getting attacked. At what level do you start getting attacked? So actually when you get your rep up, so you can see like my augment rep is maxed and I get attacked everywhere. Once this starts getting your rep up, that's when the bounty hunters start coming. Well, Corey actually has my phone number, so you don't need to slide in my DMs. He has my phone number. Server 172 is just annoyingly overcrowded. Our server merges almost no free mines, and Armada events double Armada stars, too few Armadas. Thomas, trust me, you would rather have a full server than a dead one. You would much rather have a full server. At least I would assume that you'd rather have a full one. I can't really speak for you. I'd rather have a full server than a dead one. I gotta go do Cosmic Cleanup today. Well, poo-poo. Yeah, Corey and I have actually met. Corey's the first person that I've ever met from the game. Me and Corey have actually met. I didn't get murdered. I didn't get kidnapped. It was very surprising. But yeah. It's Sunday. There's no Cosmic Cleanup. Yeah, Cosmic Cleanup is on Saturdays. Woohoo! Somebody found my botany bay. And brought a Pilum? A Pilum to take out a botany bay? Why are you running a tier 1 Tomahawk? Why are you running a baby Tomahawk? Huh? Okay. Cosmic Cleanup is on Saturday. What the hell is a Pilum? Pilum is a level 46 rare ship. Level 46 rare ship. Yeah, it's just it's a weird. Okay. Yeah, Corey, I put that together. I put it together. That's a level 46 rare. Will there ever be any sourcing for Tau? No clue. I would lean towards no. I would lean towards no. Strongest thing in your server's ISS jellies? Probably because your server's I would assume your server's a newer server and it's level locked. So people can't get those yet. During recent Borg probe events, stacking lower decks with defense, they activate 50% bonus. Oh gosh. Well, the Battleship Exco will not help a Vidar. And the officer bonus would only help for stat stacking. So what were you trying to do, NC? For missions that you cannot complete, will they lower the strength of the objective? No, they will not. No, they will not. Still have Curon, 10 left. Talk about bad RNG. I've got Curon, luckily. But yeah, it's getting some of these can be quite the pain points. I'm gonna swap this out for my other Meridian because I'm actually really low on ISO. So I've got 2 Meridians. One's orange, one's gold. So we're gonna put the burnt orange one out on this node over here. Yay, look at it. Oh yeah, go mine that sweet, sweet oxygen. Oh yeah, we love to see it. We love to see it. Your server 69, level 4. 40 just unlocked this last week. Ah, okay. That makes sense. There's a specific ship that is best for Badgie to be on. No, there's not a specific ship that is best for Badgie. Oh gosh. Oh, my back is starting to get kind of tired. Sitting in these chairs all day is not healthy. And thank you, Matthew. You got to head out. Great stream. Got things to do. Might record a video tonight. Nice, Crunchy. I will be wrapping up here very soon. Actually, we're at over an hour and a half, so we're actually probably going to go ahead and start wrapping up now. What's up, STFC Think Take Arc? How you doing? You should get a standing desk to change things up. Yeah, y'all want to pay for a standing desk? I'd love to have one, but those things cost hundreds of dollars. And Rev Deuce has a house and kids to pay for, so I'm very, very frugal. I'm one of the most parsimonious individuals you'll ever meet. Exclamation point, donate. I do not like spending money. I save it for my kids. I spend it on bills. I mean, this hoodie, this is the hoodie that I made for the stream like over 2 years ago. Still wearing it. I don't buy stuff. Tomb World, as someone who worked at Office Depot and dealt with a lot of those chairs, I greatly prefer gaming chairs, personally. But it depends on the quality that you buy. There's definitely a quality to certain gaming chairs. Standing desks are expensive, but they're awesome. Dude, that's one of my goals. I've wanted a standing desk for over a year, and Ginger has one. And it's just one, I got to have one that's wide enough, like deep enough to hold the monitors and like the mixer board and the stream deck and all the other stuff. But I would love to have one that I could just do that with. That would be great. So what's up, Solid? We're actually about to wrap up, and then I'm going to start making videos for this week. And then next week, we're going to be making videos throughout the week as well. So I do not know anybody owns, like, I don't know Broken Alliance with Server 79. $1,000 is why I don't have one. Bingo. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to wrap up here. Thank y'all for hanging out with us today. Hit the donate link if y'all would like to support the channel. That is, well, that's just how we make it. Content creators rely on wonderful people like yourselves to feed our kids and go through life. But hopefully you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, smash the like button. Looks like this before you leave. Only 52 of y'all have done it, but there's been over 500 people who've watched. So live long and prosper. Stay safe for those Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. I'll catch you on the next one. Join the Discord. And yeah, that's it. I guess I'm going to roll the outro now.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.